Every year, more and more people end up becoming poor or in debt. One reason why is they lack the knowledge and skills in managing their finances well. They have poor financial literacy. Financial literacy is the ability to make informed and effective decisions regarding the use and management of money. It is one of the most important skills to have in order to prosper in today's fast progressing world. That's why, in this video, we will assess your level of financial literacy by taking what is called the M-KASH test. If you're also interested in knowing how to use your test scores to improve your overall financial level, then watch this video until the end. But before anything else, this video is part of our financial literacy series. If you want to learn more about the topic, please check our playlist and subscribe to our channel for more related content. M-KASH stands for Money, Knowledge, Attitude, Skills, and Habits. Although not comprehensive, the M-KASH test is a basic tool to help you get a general idea of how financially literate you are, discover your strengths and weaknesses in terms of your knowledge, attitude, skills, and habits in different financial areas such as income, savings, investment, and debt, and know exactly where you are in your journey towards financial success and what to focus on in order to achieve your financial goals. To take the M-KASH test, you will need something to write your answers on. It could be any piece of paper, a Word document, or a notepad application. If you don't have any of these right now, please feel free to pause the video and go get or open one before continuing. Here's what you're going to do. Write a check if you agree to the statement or if it is true for your present situation, and an X if you disagree or if it is not true for your present situation. If, however, you are unsure about your answer or you don't understand the statement, simply write an X. Now, to help you navigate through your answers later, we recommend you copy the name of the financial topic and the statement numbers in your answer sheet before answering. Also, to be as objective as possible, we encourage you to answer the test in one sitting. If you think you can't do it for now, you can always come back to this video once you already have the time. Lastly, be sincere and honest as possible. This is a self-assessment test. In the end, it'll be you who will be benefiting or cheating yourself, not us. Now, without further ado, let's start. Topic A is on financial awareness. Knowledge. I understand the importance of financial literacy and education. I can explain why money is only a tool and is neither good nor evil. Attitude. I am 100% responsible for both my financial problems and successes. I honestly believe that I deserve to be wealthy. Skills. I have written financial goals, plans, and wealth affirmations. I can get mentors to guide me in my financial decisions. Habits. I read my written goals and affirmations at least once a week. I regularly invest in my financial education. On income. I understand that people receive money based on the value they provide to others. I believe that I'm earning the exact amount of money that I deserve. I prioritize growth and personal development over income. I can identify the key steps I have to take in order to increase my income. I know how to get a mentor for my career or business development. I regularly spend time developing new skills for my profession or business. I am able to grow my income every year. The next topic is about one of the main reasons why many end up becoming poor. On debts. I can explain the difference between good debt and bad debt. Whenever I want something I can't afford, I find it easy to wait and save for it instead of borrowing the amount. I tend to avoid borrowing money even if there is a big financial difficulty or opportunity. I can compute for the principal amount owed and interest charges. I know how to restructure debts and negotiate for lower interest payments. My loans are always paid on schedule and in full. I am completely debt free. On saving, I am familiar with the different budgeting techniques. I can explain what an emergency fund is and why it is important. I see budgeting not as a limitation, but as a way to make sure that money is spent on what's important. I can catch and stop myself when I am about to overspend. I can create a budget separating my needs and wants. I can make a budget covering my present and future goals. I can compute for my net worth. I follow the routine every payday where I allocate money for my present needs and future goals. I have at least 6 months worth of expenses and savings that I can use in case of an emergency. Topic E is perhaps one of the most overlooked and taken for granted in personal finance on insurance. I understand how insurance works. I can explain the differences between life, non life, and health insurance. I can explain the differences between term, whole, and variable life policies. I can explain the concept of cash value, participation, and riders. I see insurance not as an investment, but a necessary protection expense. I tend to look at different insurance plans from different companies rather than them being offered to me by my friends and or relatives. I can compute how much coverage I need for my life and assets without relying on a financial advisor. I have insurance. I review my insurance coverage at least every 3 years or when there is a significant change in my life. On investments, I understand how investing works. I understand what inflation is and how it affects my money. I can explain the differences between UITFs, VULs, and mutual funds. I can explain the differences between money market funds, bond funds, balanced funds, and equity funds. Before making any investment, I always make sure to understand the risks, not just the returns. I tend to look for investments rather than having them offered to me. I can compute for the annualized returns of any given investment. I have a UITF, VUL, or mutual fund investment. I regularly invest for my goals and future needs. I rebalance my investment portfolio every year according to my goals and time frame. On passive income, I can explain the difference between active and passive income. I view financial independence as having enough passive income to cover for one's basic needs and simple wants. I can determine what passive income opportunity to pursue based on my unique financial status. I have a passive income source and consistently earn from it. I regularly invest in my source or sources of passive income. Most people get intimidated by the next topic. That's why they never bother taking advantage of its opportunities. On the stock market, I understand how the stock market works and how money is made or lost in it. I look at the stock market as a legitimate investment, not as a scam. I am invested in the stock market. I am consistently adding to my stock market investment. I have a well diversified portfolio of stock investments. On real estate, I can explain the different ways to make money in real estate. The house I live in is not an investment, but an expense. I know how to do due diligence for real estate properties. I can distinguish between good and bad real estate deals. I have a real estate business or investment and am regularly earning from it. On business, I can explain the difference between a business and an investment. I can explain the concept of the business sweet spot and starting a business that's uniquely perfect for me. I tend to avoid trending and copycat business ideas. Capital is the least important resource when starting a business. I know how to evaluate business ideas. I know how to test business ideas with minimum effort and capital. I know the basics of running a business. I know how to get a business mentor. I have a business and am consistently earning from it. The last topic is another often overlooked aspect of personal finance. Most people think that it's just optional and not a responsibility. On abundance, I can explain between good and bad generosity. I can say and feel comfortable saying no to people who regularly ask me for financial help. I know how to spend my money guilt free. And last but definitely not the least, I consistently and willingly give a percentage of my income to my chosen charity, organization, or advocacy. So that's it for the M-KASH test. Before we continue though, I would just like to congratulate you for making it this far. We know not many people can stand the disappointment and frustration from repeatedly answering no to the statements. This just goes to show that you are not like the rest, that you are not only interested in knowing how financially literate you are, but more importantly, that you are determined in improving yourself and your financial situation. Give yourself a pat in the back for doing a great job. Now that you are done with the test, let's see what your scores are and learn how to interpret and use them to improve your overall financial level. To know your score, simply count the number of check marks you have per financial topic. We recommend you tally your scores per topic. This will be useful later on when you create your financial goals or monitor your progress. For example, as you may have noticed, the topics in the test become increasingly more difficult. Because of this, people who scored low in an earlier topic, say on income, tend to have a lower score in later ones, like on investments and on business. This is the reality of financial literacy, of one's financial level as a whole. The stronger one's foundation, the easier it is to improve in other financial areas. Now, to interpret your scores correctly, look for the first topic where you scored less than 4. If you scored 4 or higher in all topics, choose the first topic where you scored the least. In this example, the first topic you scored less than 4 is on income. This means that you are going to focus on this topic first, even though you scored lower in other later topics. This is the financial topic where you're weakest in, and the best thing you can do for now is to focus on improving your score in this topic, so that later on, it'll be easier for you to work on the later ones. This is because, as mentioned earlier, every topic in this test builds on the previous ones. It isn't wise, after all, to start a business or invest if you are still buried in debt or you don't know how to save. Saving and budgeting, on the other hand, are very difficult if you don't have a good, growing, income to begin with. Likewise, a good growing income is impossible if you don't have awareness of your own financial goals or the desire to become wealthy. And lastly, to improve your overall financial level using the M-KASH test, go back to the first topic where you scored less than 4 and look at the statements you answered with an X. Choose the statement which you think is easiest to change into a yes or agree and prioritize it. For example, in on income, you wrote X to the following statements. Then, you chose number 14 as the easiest to change into a yes or agree because you yourself are passionate about learning new things. So the following day after work, you went to a bookshop and bought a book related to your career to read over the weekend. You did this again a couple of times until it became a habit and you had your own personal library at home. Feeling confident that you already achieved this financial goal, you then marked number 14 into a yes or agree and moved on to another statement. Keep doing this until you are able to score 6 or higher in that financial topic. Once this happens, you can then proceed to the next one where you scored less than 4, and the process repeats itself. With that, I hope the M-KASH test was able to help you not only get an idea of how financially literate you are, but more importantly, discover your financial weaknesses, direct your focus on what to work on first, and inspire you to achieve financial progress. If this video was helpful to you in any way, please share it with your friends and relatives, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more future content. Until next time, thank you and see you in our next video.